Today I got to sit down with the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle herself. Me and Luca got to do an exclusive sit-down interview, and she took us behind the scenes of the pressures of being in the royal family, took us through what Harry does all day, and how much jam she actually did make. I will admit, this time I interviewed her was slightly different than the first time, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
H, that man loves me so much. More than his family, obviously. And if you haven't noticed, he's a fox. My husband is very, very, very handsome. I keep telling myself that. Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to AshleyBTV. I'm a former TV news reporter who takes you behind the scenes. Do me a favor, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Help us reach our next goal of 10,000 subscribers. Without further ado, let's get into our exclusive interview with the Duchess herself. Meghan Markle, welcome so much to AshleyBTV.
I'm so happy that I can be here on your little show and hopefully bring you a lot more followers. I know you've probably never interviewed a duchess before, so this is great for you.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so you're still technically a duchess.
Absolutely. A duchess, HRH, Meghan Sussex, yes, Duchess of Sussex.
Okay, great. So aren't you not supposed to use the HRH title though?
No, I'm royalty. We just stepped away because we wanted some privacy, but we're still 100% royals, and I'm still the Duchess of Sussex.
Okay. All right. So I have a question for you because you just released your podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder. What was the goal of this podcast besides confessing how fabulous you are?
Well, I think the goal was to let everyone know that I am connected to so many people and to let people know that I am so relatable and to give other people a chance to see how wonderful that I am.
Amazing. I thought the goal would be to help people, but that's a crazy idea, right?
Well, my presence helps people because they get to see how they should behave and the things that they should be able to do, and they can aspire to be more like me.
Nice. Okay. So your jam, it sold out so quickly.
Yes, yes, it did.
Is it coming back anytime soon or not really?
So Lily and I are working on a bunch of new batches. She's actually right now with the nanny picking some berries, and we're going to fix that later with some flower sprinkles.
Oh my God. So you will be back in stock.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we'll be back in stock.
How much was in that first batch?
So I think the first batch we did enough for the whole county, at least 12 bottles or 12 cups of jam.
Okay, that makes sense since like no one could get their hands on it, you know? And Harry, what does he do all day?
H, that man is so supportive of me, and he loves me and our family so, so much. Most of the time, he just is around the house waiting for me to tell him what he needs to do and being supportive of all of my endeavors.
Wow. And do you also support him and love him too?
Absolutely, absolutely. He's a fox. I don't know if you've ever noticed how foxy that man is, but
Like the animal or like hot?
he's hot. He's so hot. I mean, haven't you ever heard people talk about how hot he is all the time? That's what people know about him. He's hot.
That's wild. I haven't actually heard that. So that's news
Everyone
to me.
says. I mean, I'm pretty sure when he was on the scene at first, no one even knew who William was. It was all about the foxy younger prince who
Wow.
decided to marry me.
Lucky you. And do you really wear Princess Diana's perfume?
Princess Princess Diana, yes. So I had never even heard of Princess Diana or the royal family prior to meeting H. It was just by happenstance. So if I wore a perfume that Princess Di had worn, it was just kismet, I guess.
Wow, kismet, eh? And I know the family unit is really important to you. How is your family doing?
Well, the family that I like to talk to and the family that I've created, we're all wonderful. Anyone from my past, I I couldn't say.
Okay. And what about his family? Do you guys talk to them at all, or?
So our family, our little family that means so much to us, the Sussexes, we're all doing wonderfully. And if anyone is not doing well health-wise, they should probably reach out to us because our family is our most important focus right now.
Cool. And how do you feel about exploiting your children all over Instagram?
So my children are wonderful and they actually love to be all over the internet. They ask me all the time, they say, Duchess Mommy, can we please be on the internet? Can we please help you make some jams? And so I value their opinions and their requests, and that's what we do.
Do you want them to call you Duchess Mommy?
They don't have to call me Duchess Mommy, but they know that I am a Duchess. And that's what they prefer to call me. They love calling me Mommy, Duchess, HRH. That's just my nickname for my children.
Wow, that's a great nickname from your children. Since you love Beyonce so much, can you just sing a little song of hers for us?
Oh, let's see. H got me looking so crazy right now. H got me looking so crazy in love.
Talking about being in love,
Yes.
do you think you'll be married forever?
Yes, of course. Yes. Yes. Why wouldn't I be? Yes. Yes.
That's who are you trying to convince, me or you?
It's obviously, yes. Who wouldn't want to be married to that fox? He's wonderful.
Lastly, if you had to apologize for one thing just for fun, what would it be? Not that you need to.
If I had to apologize, I probably would want to apologize to all of the people who never got to meet me. I feel so sad thinking that there are people in this world who wouldn't be able to meet a duchess and be graced with my presence or learn about flower sprinkles and how to be a wonderful mother and email your children. I know that I bring a lot to people's lives, and I would hate for anyone who didn't get that pleasure.
Wow. And Vanity Fair reported that your team was kind of sourcing out whether or not there was interest in a post-divorce book. Any intel on that?
Oh, absolutely not. I wouldn't even know anything about that. So I
Wow.
don't know. That's wild.
Any hidden tricks you have up your sleeve that we should keep our eye out for?
So I am really into gardening, as you know. I think that there may be a rose coming up with a certain duchess's name. That's probably coming around the corner. I know that there was one named after Catherine, but we're not going to talk about that. There's a new one that's going to be just solely about Duchess Meghan.
Perfect. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Meghan. People know
Thank
where
you.
to find you, that's for sure.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that I could come on your little program today.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Hey, phew. Now we are finally joined by Amber Cather. She goes by Amber Cather Photo on TikTok. Amber, let me just say it's so nice to talk to you and not to Meghan Markle.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. So your TikToks popped up on my account and I was dying. I was rolling. You have obviously millions of views and you're just going to blow up on TikTok. Right now you have 56,000 followers on TikTok. Guys, please go and check out her videos because you are going to die if you haven't already in our interview. Amber, how did you know that you could impersonate these crazy celebrities and when did this all start?
I don't know. So I was a model and actress when I was little. I started when I was 9, and then I lived in New York, and I did that for a really long time. And then came home and had kids and got married and all that stuff. But I've always been, I don't know, a kind of a performer. Even when I was little, I just would make up voices, and my mom has all kinds of home videos of me acting out different things and pretending to be people. So when I started my TikTok, one of the first kind of celebrities that took off that I did was Amber Heard, when a whole like Johnny Depp,
wow.
Amber Heard thing happened. And so since then, if I see someone who I think, kind of has funny behavior that I would like to parody, I just copy them. I don't know.
We just talked about in one of my latest videos how just Delulu, Harry and Meghan are. What makes Meghan such a great person to impersonate, and why do you think that character that you do of her has resonated with so many people?
I think the biggest thing with Megan, and it's because it's almost like watching a robot trying to impersonate a human being. And I think most people can understand and see that she's not very real. And I think that was the same thing with Amber Heard. That's why a lot of people, watched the trial and they were all invested in that too, is that they're missing a genuineness to them. That's pretty fun to poke fun at.
Yeah, a lot of people try to impersonate her, but I have found you to just be spot on. So,
Thank you.
what was like your process in finding her character? Did it just come to you right away? Like, do these take a few minutes to make because they do feel very instinctual, or do they take a really long time?
They don't actually take me that long. I usually, when I'm writing a script or a skit, I'll write out basically what I want them to say. And then when I'm filming, I'll start ad libbing and kind of making up things as I go. I don't know, probably to film, if I have several characters, maybe an hour or less. And then I edit it all together. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really is just so instinctual. What about her did you find to be like helpful in getting you into character? Is it her voice? Like I noticed her was eight.
Yeah, H. So I watch her videos and just listen to her, and then I'll kind of play things several times and try to get her inflections. The blinking helps. Any type of little thing that I can pick up on and kind of make even more like her blinking. I try to do that a lot. She enunciates very well. She's a really great speaker. And then listening to her tone and all of those things, all of that, I kind of put it all together.
Okay, so when she is interviewed by Drew Barrymore, that also had me dying because you're so spot on with Drew Barrymore too.
Thank you.
What was it like taking on Drew Barrymore? Just she knows though who she is and she just owns it. Like she's
Yeah.
like, I am going to touch you way too much. Like, and your body movements just trip. You guys definitely have to check out her TikToks. You need to see her do Drew Barrymore and J Lo. But talk to me about then going from Meghan to Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, they're polar opposites because Drew Barrymore is very emotional and touchy-feely and kind of breezy, and Megan is more, rigid. Tries to be like that, but really isn't. So that's kind of fun with the two of them together. And then J Lo is also she's a fun character too. She likes herself a lot. And then Drew just likes everybody. She likes everybody else. And she wants to tell everyone how great everybody else is.
That is so true. So, can you give our viewers just a little snippet of Drew and J Lo?
Yeah. So with Drew, you have to have a little bit of a lisp and you have to bring down the corner of your mouth and talk a little bit like she likes to whisper a little bit and talk about the Bronx and how relatable she is. And she's still Jenny from the block. So there's two.
That plus your wigs is just absolutely out of control. Again, you just have to see it to believe it. Did you always think like you could be on SNL? Like that's how good to me
Oh,
you
thank
are.
you so much. That's really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, what are your current goals? Because I'm sure you started TikTok almost probably just to have fun.
I did. So I started TikTok and I didn't really know what to do on TikTok. And then right after that, maybe not even a year later, I actually got breast cancer. And the way that I went through that and what helped me was I made all of these ridiculous TikToks about being bald. I kind of made fun of it because it was the easiest thing for me to do because my whole family, we like to laugh and we like to not take anything too seriously. And that started blowing up. And then Amber Heard came along and now Meghan Markle. So that's kind of what catapulted it. And honestly, yeah, anyone who wants to say anything about, I don't know, Meghan Markle, because her fans they get really defensive of her sometimes.
Yeah, let's talk about that because
Yeah.
I said, even when I brought up to a friend, I was like, oh, I'm interviewing the comedian who does Meghan Markle. She goes, you're hating on Meghan Markle again. And for our channel, I hope people see we are holding authorities accountable, right? And we're diving
Yeah.
deeper into the stories. And I think that's a good thing to give to
Yeah.
give critiques. Not every single thing you say about someone is bashing people, and comedy
No.
especially, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain the importance and the levity of comedy and parodies like these characters you're doing and how it's not hate?
Yeah, no, it's not at all. Like I'm personally not a fan of Meghan Markle, but I don't dislike her. I don't know the woman at all. And like I said, the way that I started was making fun of myself when I had no hair and I had no eyelashes and I had my breasts removed. I made fun of that. And so to me comedy is really healing and it's a great thing. And I think Megan should be happy that people are talking about her one way or another. They say no press is bad press. Um, and then with all the celebrities, I mean, I parody everybody and it's not meant to be hateful. It's lighthearted. And I try to make sure that with the characters that I do too, I don't make fun of what people look like, or like their weight or their appearance, because I think that
Yeah.
that's not really nice. But their behavior and most of the stuff that I do is pretty verbatim. Like when I get a parody, I try to make it as close to the original as possible with just making it
Yeah.
heightened in a few areas. So no, I don't hate any of these women, but it's fun to imitate. Like why has Saturday Night Live been on for so many years? It's 50 years now because it's funny, it's fun. It's not
Yeah.
hateful.
And
Yeah.
I would like to think, honestly, I think if Megan saw your videos, she would laugh too.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so.
Mhm.
And again, and also I don't really do a lot of people who aren't celebrities, because I
Uh-huh.
feel like as a celebrity, when you're putting yourself in front of the public like that and you're asking the public to love you, you kind of also have to have a thick skin because you're not always going to get just positive reactions. Like if you want me to
Yeah.
buy your jams, and you want me you're asking the public to support you, well not everyone's going to. They're going to have to be able to take a little bit of the bad with all of the good that comes along with it too.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
as a creator, everyone's going to face criticism to some extent. You said you
Yeah.
faced a little bit of it. So,
Yeah.
any advice for the creators out there who aren't, as exposed as Meghan Markle, but they are gaining a following? You're gaining a strong following. Any advice for myself as well for how to deal with the criticism?
I really, so at first it does still kind of bother me sometimes. But at first I would want to like explain myself and respond to these people and be like, no, listen, like I'm really like nice and I'm not being mean.
Yeah.
You just have to ignore it. You have to ignore it. But when I've done a dive and I've kind of looked at their pages, most of the time these people don't have any followers. They don't have any videos. I feel like they just come on to start problems. I don't know if it's a hobby that people just like to go and troll and say mean comments. So
Yeah.
it seems to be something that just people like to do. And when they do have a following or they do seem to be real people and not bots. Everyone has a different opinion. And just like Meghan Markle puts herself out there so I can say something, people are welcome to criticize and not like what I do as well.
Mm.
But I just ignore them and then I block them.
I love that.
Girl,
Ignore and block.
ignore and block. Yeah. I don't need that negativity on my stuff. So
I love that. Are you
yeah.
anticipating that we're gonna get a lot more just headlines and fun videos coming from Meghan and Harry being Meghan and Harry?
Oh yeah, there was one my mom sent me yesterday of Harry walking around in London. Have you seen it ringing
We just
doorbell?
reported on that. Yep, that video is going live tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So that's one. And I ordered a hat. There are the things that I have prepared coming up. You know, uh,
Oh
yeah.
my
They,
gosh.
I love her show because it gives me a lot of content. I hope she does a ton of podcasts because it's fun. It's great. Yeah.
Megyn Kelly said the same thing because someone on her show called her out and goes, Megyn, why do you hate Meghan Markle so much? And she said, you know what? It's kind of more like a love to hate. Like, I don't really have true hatred in my heart
Yeah.
for her, but it's just fun to call people out. And on our side, because we do try to research and bring in accountability, and we want to make sure that the certain things that are going on in the world, I mean, it is still reflecting society, and you still are, being an example for people. So if you're gonna do certain things, this behavior, like we have to call it out. So it's a
Yes.
balance on our end too. But we
Yeah.
appreciate positive, instructive, critique and criticism. And I appreciate what you're saying. If you're getting any haters, just block, ignore,
Yeah, just
move
block
on.
them. Yeah, you don't have to listen to it or, internalize any of it. Just okay, we're not on the same page, so don't
Yeah.
be online.
Amber, it was such a pleasure talking to you and Meghan. If you want to follow Amber, you should definitely check out all of her comedy. Follow her on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the things. I will include it in my description below. Thank you so much, Amber.
Thank you so much. So nice talking to you.
You too. Amber was such a blast. Definitely support her on all of her channels. It's hard being a creator out there. It comes with the good and the bad. If you haven't already, I want you to deep dive this video next, where we go through how Hollywood has quietly canceled Harry and Meghan. And we really take you through the timeline of Hollywood's transformation from COVID till now. And they're still dealing with so much fallout. And there's so much more behind that. If you love going behind the scenes, going deeper into entertainment news and pop culture, definitely hit that subscribe button. Help us reach our next goal, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for your support. Ciao.
Show me life, show me love, make it